What's up everyone, Clayton here, and today I'm here with a Skyrim build called Malacath Warrior. Malacath Warrior is a orc who is a follower of Malacath. Malacath is a Daedic prince and is pretty much the god of the orcs. They treat him, or they worship him as a god, and he is the Daedric prince of the spurned and the ostracized, which pretty much fits in with the orcs because they're pretty much ostracized from every other race in Tamriel. They worship him as a god, and it's pretty much like their father orc, they say. They say he's the first orc, and all of his followers were turned into the orcs. Anyways, our build follows an orc who was blessed, as you could say, by Malacath, and was given his artifact Volendrung. Volendrung is a heavy hammer, two-handed weapon with an enchantment that absorbs stamina. It's a two-handed weapon, which is one of our main abilities, our main skills. Our skills that we use for this build are two-handed, smithing, block, and heavy armor. There's not a lot because it's pretty much just a heavy armor, two-handed weapon user, with a couple like little twists on it. Also, it's kind of a role-playing aspect because you want to like side with the orcs as much as you can, or side with the people who most represent what Malacath is after. So it's more of a role-playing build, you could say. Anyways, to go in a little more in depth about the skills, for two-handed, you want to make sure you get as much damage as you can, getting to 5 points to increase your damage. For heavy armor, you also want to be able to tank as much as you can, and also get the perk to take away all weight when you run, so your armor weighs nothing, so you can get around the battlefield a lot faster. For block, block doesn't work quite as well with a two-handed weapon as it does with a shield, but it does block some damage, and you can use that to be a little bit more versatile, especially when you're against a lot of people and you can't just spam your weapon to kill them. And with smithing, orcs are probably one of the best smiths in all of Tamriel, and you want to be able to smith your weapon, or smith your armor, as well as improve your weapon a little bit. So let's get into the weapon real quick. You're going to be using Volendrung. Volendrung is a two-handed warhammer, so he'll benefit from the perks and the two-handed tree that will increase the warhammer damage. To upgrade it, you'll need ebony ingots, but there's no perk to upgrade it times 2, so it kind of gets outclassed later in the game. So that would be the only weapon that you use. For armor, you'll use orcish armor just because that kind of fits the orc race, which is what you'll be using since you are a follower of Malacath. So orcish armor is pretty good heavy armor, and you will need Orcumlich, I think, to upgrade it. I'm not really sure how to say it, but what the orc armor is made out of, you'll need that to upgrade it, as well as the perk for orcish smithing to get it even more. I forgot to mention earlier about Volendrung, you have to use the arcane blacksmith perk to be able to increase it, since it does have an enchantment. So that's the armor you'll be using. It's pretty simple, just regular orcish armor. For shouts, I use the dismay shout, which makes everyone under a certain level run away from battle. It's kind of like you're yelling and you're striking fear in the heart of your enemies. Kind of think what Malacath would do if he fights. And pretty much it scares everyone off that's weak to fight, so you only fight the strongest. It kind of can be difficult to do because once you get leveled up, the shout stops working on really high level characters, so that's kind of the downfall. Also, Fusroda, or Unrelenting Force, is also just an amazing shout if you would want to use that as well. There's no spells for this besides just regular restoration, because you don't really want to put much points in the magicka. And when I'm talking about magicka, I can say you probably don't want to put any points in magicka. Maybe, a couple just to make sure you can have enough for healing, but you want to put as much as you can in the health and some in the stamina. Personally, I don't really like to use stamina because I think it's kind of a waste. But I put a crap in the health, so it's probably like 5-to-2 ratio. So every 7 levels, you put 5 into health and 2 into stamina, which would probably give you a pretty good spread. So this build, it's pretty simple, but I think it's really cool because you kind of use artifacts you probably wouldn't use throughout a game, and you kind of play in a role-playing aspect
you might not usually play. You know, people don't really like orcs because they are the ostracized, and now you can be one and, you know, see what they're all about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this build. I know it's kind of simpler one, but I really liked it when I started playing, because this is one of my first characters I ever started when I played Skyrim. Is I really liked the orc quests to get to Volendrung, so it's pretty cool. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching once again. If you guys are enjoying these videos, make sure to leave a like and comment and do all that stuff. And if you guys haven't seen already, here's 2 other builds. I'm not sure what they're going to be because I don't know when this is coming out, but you can see here, pick some of the builds you like and rewatch them. So thanks for watching, everyone, and this is Clayton, signing off.